Welcome back everyone to another AI-only historical battle for Total War Rome 2, and we are playing, and this is the Battle of Ipsus, and this was during the wars of the Diadochi, which were the conflicts between Alexander the Great's generals. This was actually one of the climax of the big war, and we have Antigonus and his son Demetrius with the Macedonian armies facing off against Seleucus and Lysimachus of Thrace. Seleucus was the leader of the Seleucid army, and the outcome of this battle historically was that the Thracians and the Seleucids won the battle, decisively defeating and killing Antigonus the One-Eyed general, even though Antigonus fought well, and it was due to Seleucus's war elephants. Now, that did not end the wars of the successors, and immediately after that, Seleucus and Lysimachus would fight at the Battle of Corupedium, and even though Seleucus would win that battle, he would be shortly murdered after by Ptolemy the Thunderbolt, or Ptolemy Ceraunus. And this is another AI-only battle, like I said, and we have Macedon, and facing the Seleucids in Pergamon, and I'm using Pergamon for Thrace so that they can actually have Greek units and pikes. So let's take a look at the army composition. We have Macedonian hoplites, we have some foot companions, some heavy pike units here, and some more foot companions kind of lining up there. We have some pikemen, some thorax pikes, thorax swords, we have thorax swordsmen, we have companion cavalry, the famous Macedonian shock cavalry. We also have Aspis companion cavalry as well. We have some peltasts, and basically the main composition is mostly pikemen, maybe a couple swords and hoplites here and there, and then some cavalry. Now, if we look at the enemy, they have some pikes. They have a lot of pike units. They have some peltasts, some picked peltasts for Lysimachus of Pergamon, or Thrace, as you'd call it. Some Syrian archers, very good archer unit. We have Seleucid pikes. We also have the famous Seleucid silver shield pikemen. And over here, for the cavalry, the Seleucids have brought in a royal cataphract, a Hellenic cataphract unit, and some a Gamacav, and they also have brought in some war elephants as well, and that should help them in the battle to come. Now, like I said, this is the Battle of Ipsus, the climax of the Diadochi Wars, and we have some Indian armored elephants as well, very good unit if used wisely. The Seleucids have brought in a lot of cavalry here, and the Macedonians have a lot of pikemen. Now let's just put things at normal speed here. Well, after. You can see the marching. I'm putting it in cinematic mode so that it looks a lot nicer. And let's hope that they use their pikes well. And because now their cavalry is starting to form up. The Macedonians haven't formed up yet, as you can tell. None of the armies have actually started combat yet. Now the Macedonians are advancing here with all of their heavy pike units and peltasts. They have not formed up, which could be a problem. Their units are kind of scattered here and there. Now let's see who makes the first move. We have okay, so the Seleucids are starting to move their archers up, and some of their archers and peltasts. Don't worry about that. We have them. Ooh, there's some skirmishing going on between the Syrian archers and the pikes, which are coming up. And now the Seleucids in Pergamon are starting to move their units. Now the picked peltasts are getting shot at right here. And then here come an engagement. The companion cavalry are getting some shots here as well. Now the archers are starting to move back, and now here come the thorax swords. Not a good idea to charge into a pike unit directly. Companion cavalry charging into a pike unit directly, not a good thing to do. We have the war elephants, the Seleucid war elephants, trying to fend off the companion cavalry, and we have another elephant coming in to the rear. Now the pike units have started to engage. The thorax swords are getting shot down, decimated there. Now over here we have the armored elephants defeating the companion cavalry. The companion cav have taken a lot of hits there. Now we have Pergamon. Their Galatian spears are broken. Their Hippeus lancers, they're good. Silver shield pikes are coming in, and they're going to hit these hoplites, and they're going to get decimated. Now Macedon has brought in some more pikes to reinforce. We have a pike. We have some thorax swords going to engage some pikes over here. Macedonians have kept all of their pikes kind of in reserve, or at least most of them. But now the elephants, they're... Oh, the Seleucid war elephants are getting cut down by these pikes right here. Never a good idea to charge elephants right directly into a pike phalanx. We have Galatian swords losing desperately to the Macedonian pikes. It's a big scrum over here. Ooh, looks like the Pergameme noble cavalry has broken the spirit of the companions. Okay, so we have the another thorax sword unit losing to the Indian armored elephants who haven't even taken a casualty yet. And then we also have Seleucus in his cataphract unit over here. Right, that's him right over there. And then we have the heaviest engagements are in this area. So that's where we're going to go. We have some pikemen getting ready to push in right here. It's basically a big mess of just pikes fighting each other, and alongside some swordsmen here and there. We also have a cavalry. Do we have any more cavalry engagements? Okay, so we have the companion cavalry. We're starting to try to do something here. These war elephants. Well, there is an Indian war elephant doing quite well against some of these pikes, but the pikes have been able to hold off the war elephants until now. And we have another engagement between pike units, and peltasts, Agema spears. It looks like the Agema spears are going to lose this engagement, but there are pike units coming in from the rear. But we also have thorax pikes coming in. Oh, the Seleucids have sent in their Agema cavalry, and Pergamon has sent in their cavalry as well. But then Macedon's coming to reinforce this area. And now over here, the Indian war armored elephants charging directly into the foot companions. Now the foot companions and the silver shields are embroiled in a nasty struggle over here. Although the silver shields don't look like they're winning, the foot companions might have the slight advantage. We also have the silver shield swordsmen trying to charge into the pikes. It's a big mess in the middle. This is Hellenistic warfare. We have a mess over here with the cav. Not really anything going on. We also have the Cretan archers firing into the pikes. We have some Seleucid units starting to waver. Some of the silver shield pikes under the weight of all of the foot companions. Now we also have the companion cavalry over here trying to. What are they trying to do? Oh, they're going to charge right into the noble cavalry over here. So these Macedonians, they might be able to outflank the Seleucids. Speaking of which, I actually made a video on the Battle of Ipsus before, but this, I think, is the improved version of it, with actual commentary. And I know how to do cinematic form now, so this is the improved version. Now, we do have, like I said, the engagement over here isn't going well for the Seleucids or Pergamon, as their Galatian swords are getting cut down by these pikes. Although the balance of power is still a little bit even, although the Macedonians still have the slight advantage. For some reason, the Cataphracts haven't done too much. They could have just went around. Okay, so we have a Pergameme noble cav trying to cut down these Cretan archers before they cause any more trouble. We have the Cretan archers coming in to reinforce, charging directly right into the Syrian heavy archers here. And there's a lot of casualties here if you look at it. A lot of men have fallen. We also have an engagement between the Macedonian cavalry here and the Pergameme cavalry, although the noble cavalry from Pergamon looks like to be losing. This Pergameme noble cavalry is going to charge right into the pikemen. They're going to get cut down and be forced to retreat. Now the Seleucids have also sent an Ajima cavalry against a small foot companion, and the small foot companion cavalry is doing a great job at holding them off right here. Now, for some reason the Seleucid cataphracts haven't done much, the Hellenic cataphracts. They could have done something to help, at least. And the companion cavalry isn't doing anything here. We have an engagement between the remaining thorax swords and the Pergameme noble cav. And the Pergameme noble cav, of course, is going to win, although there are some other units here and there coming out. Now it looks like the Macedonians have won the engagement over in the pike area, and that could prove decisive. Now the cataphracts under Seleucus are going to try to charge. Actually, they're just standing there for some reason. Now we have Macedonian pikes getting ready to charge. We have the Seleucid cavalry winning against a small thorax pike unit with some picked peltasts trying to help in the rear. These guys are gonna get cut down. But now some thorax pikes might try to attack this cav unit. Okay, so now Pergamon's units are starting to waver. This Pergameme okay, so these Hippeus Lancers are doing well against the companion cav, if you can't tell. The Seleucid cavalry, as well as the Pergameme cavalry, pikemen are going to try to hunt down the Macedonians as they're retreating. We also have a small skirmish going on over here between the thorax pikes and the noble cavalry. And a small skirmish over here between the foot companions and the Hellenic cataphracts, who are getting hit. I don't know what they're doing. Why aren't you charging? Okay, so the Syrian heavy archers are just going to lose that engagement. And it looks like the balance of power is in favor of the Macedonians and Antigonus. The elephants they were doing well, but in the end, the mistake of charging into pikes cost them the battle. Oh, it looks like a Syrian heavy archer unit is coming back to the battlefield. Over here. Okay, so we have some shock cavalry from Pergamon getting cut down by the pikes. And over here, it looks like there is a small skirmish between Companion Cav and Pergameme's Noble Cav. Only 2 companions are left in... There's only 1 companion in that entire group. The 1 companion cavalry unit. That's 1 man right there. He's trying to fight against the Pergamemes. And he will fall bravely. Looks like the Macedonians have taken advantage of the situation. Seleucus trying to charge into the foot companions. That's not going to work. The cataphracts are going to start wavering. If they had used the cataphracts better, they could have won. Oh, those noble cavalry are getting cut down by the pikes. Trying to charge directly into the pike units. I've never understood why that always happens. But okay, so the Seleucid Ajima cavalry is going to try to they're going to charge directly into this pike. Oh, and there they go. They just got destroyed there by the foot companions. Although they do have more Agama cavalry coming. They're going to charge right in there. That's a good charge. The foot companions are very strong, and they will probably be able to hold up. There's only a couple wavering Seleucid units left in the field. The casualties, of course, probably are very high. Now the Hellenic cataphracts have came back and are trying to make a valiant last stand against the the Macedonian pikes, but in the end, they will lose. That is going to be a costly victory for the Macedonians. Please don't worry about my character, but their pike units getting in a lot of kills there. Their swords, the Macedonian swords, a couple of them, one of them did good, but the rest of them didn't do too well. Now these foot companions did very well, and so did the companion cavalry. And their hoplites and lighter pike units also helped with that. The other Macedonian army, 110 kills by the companions over here, 299 kills by these foot companions. And that will be some of the highlights there. For the Seleucids, their Indian armored elephants actually got in a lot of kills, but in the end they were cut down by those Macedonian pikes. Their cataphracts, they didn't really do as well. And their Agama cavalry actually did pretty well. And some of their pike units did fine, but in the end it wasn't enough. Now Pergamon's noble cavalry did very well. A couple of their pike units did really well, but in the rest of their units really didn't do much. The picked peltasts, they were actually very good. So that is Battle of Ipsus, and an alternate ending to it actually, as in real life the Battle of Ipsus ended in the Seleucids and the Thracians' favor. It should be Thrace, for some reason it's Pergamon, but in this battle Antigonus and Demetrius won. So I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.